So I finally unlocked the free GKS skin from the Collapse Mutation Event, and trust me, it's actually way easier than it looks once you understand the process. First thing, and get this in your head, you need to complete every single minigame mission for each playable character. That's literally the key to speeding up your progress. Don't skip any. Now, if your playable characters aren't unlocked yet, make sure to grab them first from the event sections. You'll need them all because those missions are what give you the essential materials required to upgrade your cards and characters. Once you finish all those missions, you'll have more than enough resources to start upgrading your cards. Now let's talk about how to upgrade your cards into mythic ones, because this part confuses a lot of players. It's actually simpler than it sounds. Head over to the gallery, pick any legendary card, and look at the bottom right corner of your screen. You'll see an option called Neural Upgrade. That's your gateway to mythic rarity. Once you tap that, you'll be able to see the cards that can be evolved further. On your screen right now, I've listed out all the characters that can currently be upgraded to mythic tier. Now the next big question, how do you get the memory cores that are needed for these upgrades? You'll mostly get them from minigame missions or permanent tasks in the factory, but here's the more important part, why should you even upgrade them? Well, there are two solid reasons. First, every time you upgrade a card or a T-doll, it directly increases your progression towards the main GKS reward in the event, and second, if that T-doll happens to be a playable character, their stats actually go up, meaning they become stronger, tanker, and far more useful in the minigame battles. Now let's talk about one of the biggest problems I have noticed, and I'm sure many of you are stuck here too. You're grinding hard, completing missions, but your progress just stops at a certain level, right? Well, the main reason behind that is simple. Most players aren't paying attention to what type of T-dolls they actually need to produce. They just keep spamming production blindly, wasting tons of resources in the process. Here's how to fix that. Head over to the gallery, and at the top, tap on the filter option tab on unclaimed. From there, you can easily check how many T-dolls you haven't unlocked or claimed yet. Once you've identified your missing T-dolls, check their type carefully. If they fall under the SG, shotgun, or any legendary category, that means they can only be unlocked through heavy production. So don't go spending your normal resources thinking they'll appear there. They won't. You'll just end up draining your regular production materials for nothing. If you've got any lower rarity T-dolls like 3-star or 4-star units, those can actually be unlocked through normal production. So before jumping straight into production, make sure you're checking their types, whether they're SMG, AR, or something else entirely. Once you've identified their type, head back to the factory, tweak your production formula accordingly, and then start producing. That's how you can fill up your collection without wasting premium resources. Now here's a little warning. In both heavy and normal production, there's always a chance of pulling duplicate T-dolls. And trust me, nothing feels worse than spending your hard-earned heavy materials just to get the same unit again. It's painful, but hey, it happens. That said, there's also a tiny bit of luck involved, because it is possible to pull legendary 5-star T-dolls through normal production. It's incredibly rare, but somehow I actually managed to get 2 legendary units to the normal route. Maybe that's just my luck. Tip number 1, always keep moving. And I mean always. The best movement pattern you can use here is the circular motion. No matter which level you're playing, circle around the enemies instead of standing still. This single habit will save you more times than you can count. The reason it works so well is because the mutation minigame throws multiple enemies at you from every direction, and staying in one place is basically asking to get cornered. You can see on your screen right now how I'm doing it. Just simple, consistent circular movement. It keeps you alive longer, gives you better positioning. Tip number 2, this one's super important. It's all about choosing the right fairy. And trust me, this can completely change how your run goes. The one fairy you absolutely must have is the Peace Fairy. This is non-negotiable. Make sure to upgrade it to level 2 as soon as possible, because once you do, something magical happens. The final boss won't even spawn. Yup, that's right. You basically skip the toughest fight in the game. It makes clearing stages so much smoother and faster. Now pairing that with the right companions makes things even better. My go-to combo is Peace Fairy, Rescue Fairy, and Warrior Fairy. These 3 work perfectly together. The Warrior Fairy gives you a solid fire rate boost and increases your movement speed. It basically helps you run faster and shoot faster. What more could you want? And then there's the Rescue Fairy, which I absolutely love because it automatically picks up drops like stars and bonuses around you, so I don't have to waste time running around collecting them mid-battle. Tip number 4, the protocols and wildcards. If you're wondering why some players seem to melt enemies faster than you, it's probably because of this. There are 10 protocols and 14 wildcards in total. Every T-duel you have comes with one protocol and one wildcard by default, but higher rarity cards can actually hold multiple wildcards, which is where things get interesting. Just like regular wildcards in CODM, these also give you unique buffs and bonuses, but the tricky part is knowing which ones to pick. For protocols, you can honestly go with any, since each one comes with its own active skill. But if you want my recommendation, yes, stick to the standard AR and standard SMG types. These give you a sweet boost in movement speed, which can literally save your run when enemies start crowding up. And then make sure to grab at least one LMG protocol. This one improves your fire rate, which helps shred tougher enemies and bosses. Now, here's the catch. You'll come across a few wildcard classes that look tempting, but avoid them. I'm talking about Magician, Moon and Emperor. These wildcards boost your damage, sure, but they also reduce your health and shield. And at higher stages, that's basically a death wish. You might end up killing yourself faster than the enemies do. So unless you love retrying, skip those risky ones. Tip number 5. Now let me tell you my personal favorites. The wildcards that actually work and won't get you killed. These are Evil, Star, Fool, Tower, World and Sun, trust me. Once you start using them, you'll see why I never go without them. Let's start with Star. It boosts your fire rate and range. Then there's Fool, one of the most underrated ones. After you reach 2 bandwidth protocols, it gives you extra bandwidth, basically letting you use more skills or buffs without running out of energy. The World wildcard, it gives you an active skill that freezes enemies. Evil, this one increases the number of cores and every time you kill an enemy, it boosts your damage and fire rate for a short cooldown period. Tower and Sun, both are strong support picks that enhance survivability and consistency in longer runs. Tip number 6. Now you might be wondering, why even bother playing the minigame when I can just keep producing T-dolls in the factory by logging in every day? And yeah, technically you can do that. But here's the catch. If you actually want to get the upgrade materials needed for enhancing your cards, especially for those mythic upgrades, then the minigame is the place to be. All those heavy production materials, memory cores and other upgrade components don't just drop out of thin air. You'll find them inside the minigame missions. So while passive production sounds easy, the real progress happens only when you grind the minigame. Think of it like your daily gym session. Sure, you can skip it, but don't expect to see any gains. Tip number 7. You can skip the endless mode. I know some of you might already be deep into it, but hear me out. Personally, I haven't played the endless stages at all. And guess what? I'm still progressing just fine. From what I've seen so far, you don't actually need to play the endless mode to unlock the next stages. You can literally skip it and move straight into missions that give better rewards, like memory shards, replacement cores, or anything that helps your Kalina's rewards. So instead of wasting time grinding the same endless wave of enemies, just go for missions that actually matter. But hey, if there's a specific reason to play endless that I might have missed, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your take, maybe I'm wrong. And finally, here's my last tip for this entire grind. Take breaks. Seriously, this event is a long one and it's easy to get burned out trying to rush through everything in one go. Take it slow. Pause the game, maybe grab a snack or touch some grass for a minute. Once you've unlocked the free GKS skin, you're basically done. There's no real reason to keep grinding unless you're a perfectionist. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.